Greetings, this is Frina Riamentra. I welcome you to my recap of Critical Role's 99th episode of Campaign 3 Saga of Bell's Hells. Tonight, not only is it the 99th episode, last episode in double digits, but also the first part of the in-campaign three-part things, Downfall, set in during the waning years of the Calamity. The end in and specifically the last day of Aeor. I'm sorry for how late this is getting to you. Like, I know this is over a week late. I originally paused this as you know, I actually went to announce I was going to SuperCon and that I'd be doing it from my hotel room. Mm-hmm. Well, I did go to SuperCon. This is me with the castle. Though there was a lot of complications. Well, the actual convention was fun. There were so many complications with getting them, and basically the convention fine. Everything else, kind of sour me of getting anywhere near Miami again. I won't go into details now about. It'd take too long, which is why later on I'll be making, maybe tomorrow I'll be making a video detailing my adventures. My adventure to SuperCon, but and have a link in all three downfall videos. Well, I got quite a few super news, but anyway, I will get a video to you explaining it, and you'll see why this was so late. And first off, we will get we get into their ads, including first ad of the evening for One Shot Wonders.
Sponsor of the evening, Roll and Play Press and their book One Shot Wonders. Sam?
Hey everybody, it's so great to be back at the table again!
Sam has been back for one episode and he's already using an understudy, you guys. I can't believe this.
I don't know what you're talking about, Marcia. I'm Sam Riegel, everyone's favorite hot centaur.
Minotaur? No. He wrote this, right? How did he fuck that up?
And I'm here to talk about One Shot Wonders, an awesome resource that cuts down D&D prep time from hours to minutes. It includes over 100 different pre-made one-shots, all 2 pages or less. With session plans, NPCs, locations, and quest rewards, it's a lifesaver for busy GMs.
Wait, what is the deal? Is Sam stuck in traffic or did he forget about the show?
What do you mean? I'm Sam!
No, Morgan, cut the crap, Morgan. I've known you for so long. Where is Sam?
Chill, I'm here, guys. It's fine. I've been here the whole time.
Wait, why are you reading the ad?
Oh, while I was gone, I got used to, not doing anything. It's really nice.
They got you an orange popsicle.
Yeah, I know. Gives you time to do other things like, Sam?
Like going to rollandplaypress.com/downfall and see why they won the UK Games Expo Judges' Choice Award, and checking out One Shot Wonders' new map library, which includes a 1-inch gridded, dry erasable battle map for every adventure.
So, Sam is just lazy now?
I sure am.
I sure am.
Order One Shot Wonders and use code DOWNFALL10 to get 10% off at rollandplaypress.com/downfall.
Yay.
Be quick. This offer's only valid till the end of July. Matt, back
You know what? I can do this. Matt, back to you.
Wow.
Thanks,
Wow.
Sam.
And we'll get back to you.
The plurals. Well done. All right.
Okay, appreciate
Good job. Good job.
I'm not that person.
I'm not gonna lie, Sam. Kind of like having him around. We'll discuss your contract later. Marisha, if you want to go.
And they go through more announcements, and then they explain tonight. This as last we left off with the Bell's house, the Luminous had taken them to the occultist town, which it was a sort of like a ancient Aeorian security system made into a black box repository of their knowledge and memory. And this old is but a vision shown to Critical Role. It's shown to Bell's Hells, which we experience along with them. There. They talk about merch. Talking about the. Continuing on, as I've also talking about how they'll have a panel. I'll get to the panel in the video about my journey to SuperCon. We get to
Line. It's up to you, but check out DarringtonPress.com for more info, like a list of participating guild stores, and join the Darrington Press Discord if you're looking to find a group to play with. So enjoy your investigations.
The flare is supposed to be thin that weekend. So.
Yeah, it's pretty thin.
Yeah.
Well, I think that concludes our announcements for this episode. So.
Stand up and walk. The stand up and walk. And a handshake to commemorate.
What the fuck?
Distinguished gentlemen.
I mean,
Hand off to Brennan. Or that's in brackets. Am I not supposed to read that part? Kill it?
kill it.
Well, gang, I'm so excited to be here, elated, enthused, overjoyed. And we're going to be telling a story of the calamity, age of ruin and despair, the fall of the flying city of Aeor, a tale of those agents of the divine that saw fit to lay low the height of mortal accomplishment and send it crashing into the frozen wastes of Iselcross. Those of you who remember Aeor will know it well, but how did it come to pass, and what knowledge may be gleaned of the gods? We actually just did the whole campaign. But it's fucking, get ready. Thank you for tuning in, and get ready for tonight's episode of Critical Role.
As they do the intro, pay attention to the names. You'll notice there'll be a change.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen tonight? But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll. It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
Hello and welcome once again here on Critical Role with this wonderful.
In case you missed it, the guest, in addition to having Taliesin, Laura, and Ashley on, we also have no shared doll. Excuse me if I get names. Nick Martini, me, and Abu Bakar Salim, and Brendan Lee Mulligan as Dungeon Master. Which leads us into the introduction.
Here's what I wished to show you.
And what the good son of a... I know. Yeah. Fortunately, my notepad is deteriorating. It's starting to deteriorate. Or is it well into deterioration? Sorry. Now, we start this adventure of the Fall Aeor not in Aeor, or at any time point near it. Far beyond that.
Light. Light suffusing all. Eternal, undying, infinite. Names beyond counting does this place have in the timeless time in which it existed. But in your tongue, Exandrian, let us simply call it Tengar, the Eternal Palace. Behold endless ramparts and hallways of spinning stars, a nebula so vast that light would age 1,000 lifetimes of its origin to cross from the threshold to the ending of this palace. Let us imagine beings of infinite possibility and endless wonder, populating the vast and joyous caverns, chambers, hallways, ramparts, all of the chapels and unending mystery that this eternal palace has to offer those that have always dwelt herein. Shimmering light, beings of wonder, whose potential, having never touched the real, is limitless. Within this place, we must describe for you, in words that mortals can comprehend, what you have come now to witness. In Tengar, the Eternal Palace, past the hallway of the unbroken shard, where one can spy the quill of infinites, that which writes those worlds that have yet never been, we see a small parade of twinkling lights. These lights that we now behold are, to us, inhuman. But of course, this realm has never known the touch of humans. So, let us instead give it a name that we might understand it. Sparkling light traveling down a hall, we see a kaleidoscoping ephemera of twinkling lights moving through the palace towards the Orchard of Possibility, as once it was called. Beholds a small, flickering shape. Though it would be impossible for a mortal to comprehend, is there some shape?
Yeah, as you say, they have names that you can pronounce, but they kind of edit out to emphasize that basically they gave these things names that we can pronounce, but they like blur the sound stuff so that while they can hear it, we don't understand, as we're not meant to, as these are entities supposed to be on our comprehension. We go to we meet Aeor. They describe like the different forms of light and stuff that are like all these characters right now are described as being light, not a physical form per se, nor a really anything distinctive like it's shifting. So there's themes to all of them, but like one is something that seems to be constantly crashing within itself, like imploding itself and coming stuff like that. One is like Laura is described as like shimmering, like similar to the light effect of light shimmering off water. We come to Imeri and talking to the hall, and there's suddenly a new sense, feeling something weird. This sensation of not yet experience in the hall, experience the sensation of dread. Mm-hmm. Oru, Luz, and Mary they, are talking to this Edom, and he says he has something to show them, and something to do with this new sensation they feel. They go to the Orchard of Possibilities, and there something new appears, a new tree. On a single fruit bloom, but also not a fruit, a, but a gem or a sun. Most things here do not have a set form, so or we we as mortals can only comprehend it as one thing at one point and something else the other. Hmm. A lot of this, there's a lot of good dialogue, but a lot of this is confusing as it's trying to convey otherworldly, trying to convey unworldly things. We reach we meet the end. Along the way, they've also encountered Nahal. Uh, yes, we also meet the uh, two others, Kor, who also there to the side are Oru and Idam, Edam. And decides to pluck this fruit, as we call it. Mm-hmm. Plucks the fruit, and as one they said, don't touch it stuff. He said, "Oh, you want it?" And then he ends up crushing it in his hand, in maybe not hand, but within him, and it's like, "Oh, so did you what? I'm sorry, did you what?" As if not realizing they were still injured. Then his shivering stops. He said, and there's great and causing some confusions and light hits a fixed point and says, and he says he thinks he's going away. Okay. Oh, 1 second. Anyway, where was I? Uh, he quickly fades or disappears and becomes a point of lightlessness in the orchard. Asha, was hanging around, notices and er, as well as Ali, who offers to get Adun from and she Ali. This Ali tries to get bring back Ali by going to where you and bring him back, but when she touches it, she also disappears, and they have a feeling she's not. She did. Was she disappeared? And any image of her within Tangod, well, no, as she disappeared. This nothing like this has ever happened. And as this happened, Idam and Koru are watching. Some of these names get confusing, especially since as you look because somewhere, and of course we as the audience can hear the distorted version as Ihana Weaver Time Pool and as they're talking and as the sudden disappearance happening, Tangar begins collapsing. Oh, by the way, sorry, and no, at least as I was saying, it was "I'll miss you." As anyway, they start crumbling stuff there. The infinite hallway that Idan and Cortez starts that seemingly are in starts crumbling. Falling behind them. Sorry, keep on. I tried originally watching this a little bit on my way and to SuperCon, but had to stop and there was many times I had to come back to it and then stop again. So this is very scary because of other events that's happening as well. Johan declared tells the run saying that nothingness has come to eternity. Mm-hmm. One of them, and she creates this, and as she does, she creates this a seed, a ship, something, so to help them get out of Tango before they fall with it. Nahal quickly does a search for Shati to get him on the ship, get them on the ship. Shati then creates this, seeing what that creates this shockwave, destroying a lot of Tengar, and using what's left for she just as material to make a shield to guard against nothing. And the ship takes off. The ship takes off. Only with only they only have so many of these light beings. The these mm, the ship departs from. They watch it. Immediately creates a pet to what is apparently some into this space, which is right now, and the heat that suffuses it. But as he does this, is oh, as this is happening, though, they are be they are being made real and stuff and having more defined forms. As Mimiri tries to block all this heat and stuff, he himself is scorched. And falls to the, I guess you would call it the deck of the ship, while Luz then goes to heal him from this, but his though the hair of this new form seems to be burnt and shot backward and seems spiraling, forming what appears to be horns. As a continue on, a darkness appear. As well, the heat that also burned him also burned Luz, setting her alight, becoming a form of and through this, as the ship passes through chaos, a darkness approaches from them. Only for what was the name? For Aru to generate a massive amount of light driving away. As the ship finally passes out of the chaos into the something, though they can't describe. It started to become guided by Edam, who starts to navigate, creating starts to create mathematics, and it started bringing it into order. Koru then uses some of the geometry he's created to create stars, constantly to help them navigate to 6 points in the distance to help them navigate. And all these other life entities start to take these entities now take a more definite, concrete form, like a real, tangible. But in doing so, losing the endless possibilities of that they have become used to. Now being real entities, they are led by Idam, and they hang on. They keep going through, make it through. they can go through. As they also take real form, they have now first experienced the sensation of weight. Ash and Idan help find a what could be new home. The whole comment wonders though if the away would have been better for them. There, they crash into a whirl and stuff. And as these entities, the gods of Exandria, now on Exandria, look up. They're met with these mysterious, monstrous forms above them as they first meet the primordials. Now we get into our second. Now we go into our second introduction. Mm.
A different time in a different place. The town of Hawks Hill.
Oh my god.
That's what we call a hard cut, folks. Everyone get a little bit of water? Everyone good?
We get to this
Wow.
for usual campaign.
What am this?
What am this?
Who am us anyway?
Hawks Hill.
Hawks Hill it is on the continent of Grassar, now known as the continent of which in modern time would be known as, aka the era where the campaigns are set in, the Chaldori. And it is 100 years into the calamity. The skies emit no light, have little to no light, as ash clouds rule continue their reign. This Hawks won the last uh, town. It is sort of a pop-up town, a shelter composed only of tents and stuff. Of those all trying to gain sanctuary from the devastation caused by the War of the Gods in the last uh, uh, holdout of the Age of Arcanum, the flying city of Aeor. There is here we start meeting the character, including and the is here we meet um Nick and Ashley's characters are Aiden and Trish. Who are approached by an elderly Centaur Ranger named Ridge, and along with the companion, this like large mountain dog, and by Trish's husband, Amaris, along with their children. Amaris is kind of there to try and make a bit of a living, and buying off contraband, which would not be allowed in Aeor. I just want to say something. This notebook is divided into two parts. Was made to the traditional line. Then there's a grid system, which is lots smaller things, so more compact writing. So it's harder to read. There. There's the hang on. Sorry, I had to. We also we get more interactions with their children, Haley and Tofa.
And you see that Topher looks around and says, I saw some guys over there that were playing a game with cards, and they had like money.
Whoa! Well, maybe don't jump in on that game, okay?
I could learn it.
I know you could. I know you could.
Maybe
I'd
watch. What should I do if they invite me to play?
You watch, you learn, and you beat them.
They're toast.
You got this, Toph.
You see, he gives you a big hug. Both of your children have the sort of long, fuzzy ears of their father as your husband, Amaris, who gladly goes without his coat, smells richly of petrichor.
Furbolg.
Pine, your Furbolg husband, walks up, gives you a kiss on the side of the head, and looks over to you, Aiden, and
Hey, and they're talking about how some that people with, as they call, emblems of refuge are coming around. Like people have been like trying to barter stuff, get for them stuff. Some have tried stealing. These are things to help. These are to help you get into Aeor. Amir offers to come with her to help with whatever's going on, and she said, while she's touched, she says it's better if he stays. Keep the children safe. There will, of course, be a link in the description for this, as the video is unfortunately been long out, but so you can see. Then we go to one.
Encourage a lot of gambling. Because, for a holy man, Aiden, you seem to encourage a lot of gambling. Our son is 9, I know you're a young man yourself. I just mean to say, 15, but,
The stars say it's a good time.
You see Toph goes, "Stars, we gotta go now," and runs off. And you see Haley goes, "Topher, don't go by yourself." Gilly goes, "Whoa," and sort of bounds after Toph.
Aiden will, as Toph runs off, his hand on his shoulder, give him a little guidance.
You give some guidance to him, and you see the kids run off. Amaris looks and says, "You really don't want me to come?" "All right, lovebirds, break it up." And you see that this stout dwarf, it's like deep sort of bronze brown skin and deep black beard tied up with rings, comes out and says, "Let's break it up. Enough smooching. Keep your head on a swivel. This place is full of cutthroats and pickpockets, I swear to God."
Of course.
He looks around and says, "See, you don't have to worry about pickpockets because all you got is a stick and a shield that you won't let me fix."
It's hard to steal something if it's not there.
You see, he looks and says, "Let me just put another leather strap on it at least. My God, that thing's about to get chewed through. The water damage alone."
It's perfect just the way it is.
And he goes off. He goes off. You see, your husband looks and goes, "I've never heard someone say that phonetically." Like,
I know.
really said it.
It's really amazing.
He says, "All right, let's get the wagons in the train and begin to sort of move it off."
Across the road, we meet up with Laura's character, and here, and Hera. With her guardian and protector, Pervon Sol. Oh, famous from the Exandria Calamity, and from from Long Closer Adventure is Tomb in Campaign 1, champion of the Raven Queen. It is here where they said they have to that here is where they have to part ways. So ways. Aeor, apparently, years ago when she was but a very young child, he came to her parents saying he had a vision, saying she had a destiny to. And that she herself had recently had visions told her to come here. So that he's been sworn to protect her ever since. Okay. And uh, uh, be- uh, she has one final servant to scout around stuff, and he does also sends his faithful companion Goldrick the Wolf to scout, and also locate some of the others. Clearly, there's been some plans been made beforehand. They try to keep a low profile from Aeorian security, or as well not obviously they have sense that already is an Aeorian presence there to keep an eye on things. We as we go we meet continue on we meet Asha, who is joined by uh, a three companions who take notice of like the secret Aeori presence, though they can't pinpoint all of them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For Earth and uh, as Galdrick approaches and kind of goes belly up to Aurora, like, and there's a familiarity between both of them. Knowing this though, um, as it go, as this the up of the air suddenly approaches, the skyship has finally appeared. And as once it lands, another character, Boo Car's character, an A time named Silaha. Okay, 1 second. As fast as you can. Appears. There. Starts addressing the crowd and telling them how the boarding order will go. First will be provisions and supplies sent in. Will go forth. Then they'll be searching for laborers. There's then as once they know that they have found appropriate healthy people to who can physically things who can help with those who can help with physical tasks. They'll go to see try to fill up the remaining space with those who have emblems of sanctuary, specifically some of those who have the most and going down. Until they have no more slots left. They do say that no one who no injured or specifically no ones who are ailed by sickness shall be allowed on the ship. After this, the Torian guard guard who are these mages go out and start looking conducting minor inspections on all gathered supplies. Here, and then 120.
Begin to move and follow that raven throughout. As you move, you see that your companions move to the wagons, protecting one crate in particular and staying quite close to it. As we move from this place, and I'm actually going to say, I know we're only an hour in, but can we stop for a bio if that's okay? A bio break? I'm going to stop here real quick. It has become an urgent priority. So I'm going to stop here real quick and jump out to the bathroom. Hell yeah, guys! Awesome! Sick?
This is picked up so wonderfully.
Hell yeah.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me know if I'm centered and all good. I think I'm good, right?
Great.
As the group calls it, and they go around this one large box, labeled apples. There, Amir takes also time to take stock of the ship and stuff, and notices that it's called the Venatoria. Which roughly translates to a place of hunters. Their stuff. As they see some of the things, like there are some actual fresh fruit and stuff and grain stuff, actual good produce, not just rotting. Which, considering that it's been 100 years since the sun, since most of Exandria has seen the sun, makes you wonder where they're getting these supplies, which are being sent to Aeor. And then takes some time to search for some sick. And as they notice that there are some people who have emblem of sanctuary, many of them, which are passed out to those who have been here a while, like after every ship to Aeor, so they leave those left with some emblems and stuff. I mean, some of them have been passed over many times. He finds this one elderly man coughing his lungs out sick. There, by the way, before this happened, they kind of go, I met with Scylla, who kind of goes to the and then actually greets them as having realizing that they all know each other, do in fact all know each other beforehand. And as he tries, and as Aiden go up to this woman and tries to cast greater restoration on him, which seems to help slightly, but as short as it seems it may have helped, the man then dies. And one of them, I think it was in my heart, says you can't cure age. Scylla does stop trying to play the hero right now, or keep a low profile. They comfort the family, saying even if he has died now, oh, his suffering has ended, and that he would the shape he was now, he would never have been allowed on the ship. He would have to have been separated from him anyway. If you wish to go, now you can go. Now they can have his emblems and maybe go to Aeor. Asha then gets them, and is kind of surprised. That says that she is surprised on how nice it is to see all of them. The each other. As it as so try so passes out more emblems to them to help them make sure they can get on the ship.
Move from this space. You see an Aeormaton stands before you, beautiful to behold.
Oh, this is where he meets her.
Took you long enough. I pull out these amulets. I'm like, yeah, one for you.
Thank you.
One for you. Yeah, one for you.
Keep in mind, there's only we only met 5 of them. We have yet to meet his character yet.
Do you? Yeah. You will follow me. I'll make sure that I take special care of all of you. I kind of look at the crate in the back.
You look at the crate in the back and get a funny feeling. You see...
Like, yeah, I'm like, whose crate?
You hear in your head, my crate.
Kind of look at you.
Always my crate.
Really?
The wagons begin to proceed, and you see the Taurian Guard begin to wave them on. As they do, you look out. Anyone who wants to give me an insight check right now.
Anyway, they denote that within the camp, there has been much tension stuff. Like rumors that saying this was going to be the last ship the Aeorians were allowed to refugee ship the Aeorians were sending out. Also talking about how a scouting party to Highgrove has gone missing, and the people wondering if they are coming here. As they go, As the oh yeah, sorry. Aidan notices like g- gives an extra 10 to some bigger stuff, and well, when the setting it up and casting secretly casting inside it, create food and water to help them. And this is where Silaha who tells them to stop trying to be a hero right now. It avoids suspicion. This is where. Oh, okay. They start saying last goodbyes to the companions, like just to her family and stuff. Yeah, uh, sh- so reveal they have sent, or was it her family? It's either her Trish's family or Asha's companion. Reveal they have setting stones to help keep in communication later on.
Another day. And walks away. Haley and Topher wrap their hands around you. Haley looks up and goes, they let Topher play with acorns and he lost all the acorns. So you see Topher looks up. You see he looks up and says, I can't believe I lost all. And there's a pat on his back. You look up, a really scary looking, obvious fucking criminal. Like knives on the thing. He's like a scar on a throat that looks like he should have died at some point. Looks up and he goes, Kid. And Topher looks up and he says, felt bad about you losing those acorns. And flips him a full gold piece that lands in his hand. Thanks, mister! You see that this guy looks down at this precocious little kid that came to a den of criminals to ask to play a game of cards. And there's like a little light in his heart. My little brother played as bad as you did. He looks up and says, sorry, miss. Didn't mean to intrude.
Thank you, sir.
He smiles. Amaris looks, says, all right. Everyone wish Mom goodbye. We'll see you when you get back. Should be a day or two.
Right. Yes, it will. I reach out and I give Amaris a big hug. And I whisper in his ear, I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I lean down to Haley and Topher. Mama will be back very soon, okay?
Haley nods and says, yeah, I know. You see Topher looks up and goes, a full gold piece.
That's
coin.
Amazing.
These people are really scary. He looks over at the Aeorians. Are you sure you're going to be okay? Do you need help?
No. I don't need any help. I have all the help I can get. Do you both know how much I love you?
Yeah, Mom. See, Haley goes, yeah, Mom, I do know. And I love you double, triple much.
Well, I love you double, triple much infinity.
See, she looks up at Dad. You see Amira says, I don't know math. She's the school teacher. I don't know. She that seems like the biggest number. And he smiles and ruffles Haley's head.
Okay, anyway, one last command to give to, that someone could do commands. To look in town and find the worthy, get them to make sure they're safe. Well, that's
Dean
perfect.
nods. This massive, sort of Ursine-looking woman, worthy. And you look down and you see little Topher looks up and says, "You're a big lady. And she looks down at him, sort of raises an eyebrow over to you. A wolf lopes out of the shadow. Amira, you see your champion.
Her champion. Kumon reports once again that there are suspicions of this being the last ship, the Aeor. There, as they go, they notice the touring guards scanning people there, and as a group, a family of gnomes go when the other ones see behind the stand. Being noticed by this, they notice a symbol of the Dawnfather, and push because you will not enter if you with that such a symbol. Either drop it and denounce it, or you will not be allowed in. And with the the enemy refuses, saying she's walked into the light in the light of the Dawnfather. She will not continue on without that light. And with the touring guard saying, they're like, look at the skies, where's the light? Only their ash covers the skies. Not their ash. And the sun is just beyond it. She is immediately pushed off the ramp and stuff through. Her gnome family goes up. And she will not be allowed. And they all decide to just drop their and they decide to stay together. They try to hold Aiden back a little bit. After this, they themselves go scan and are admitted onto the ship. They bring the crate to the door drop, where inside they meet the final member of the party, the emissary. By the way, this is considered Earth generosity, and I said so. This is not who they were actually expecting. They were, at the end of the sense, she has sent me here. Asha asked that. Was there any? Did she leave any message? And she said. The other response is that she said that she will always be with Asha. And shows us a handful of some small sprouting seeds. Asha, not being happy, goes to the corner and turns into a wolf and sort of like goes to sleep, sulking. Zilog hands the emissary what's it? One of the emblems. With this, realizing that how to do this with one of their members being just a proxy. And so tells them to, okay, get back in the box. Because this guy is entirely too noticeable.
Well, this is not what I expected.
Sorry.
Great. Now where do I start? Look, and I kind of look up. I'm like, put this on. I hand you the amulet, and I'm like, this isn't gonna fit over your head. Hold it. And I kind of go over to the wolf. Like, now is not the time to sulk. We need to head back.
I get up and shake. And I stand up. There will be words later.
Great. Happy family. And I kind of go towards the door.
You move from this place as all of you witness
He lumbers forward, looks around, and slowly huddles into as small a shape as he can as he fits the little bracelet thing like a ring on one of his clawed fingers.
And I kind of looked at the devil and was like, he's supposed to be apples. And I kind of take the lid and kind of close it back and then go towards the door and leave.
you take a massive, terrifying construct, pop the crate top back on, and see written there on the side, apples. Crate closes.
And the ship starts as it goes on. The ship approaches what is something called the Latimus Princeps. This warped area for pinpoint which to go through. And as they go through, they feel like they're trying. It's almost being repulsed, but the amulets, the emblems, like helps keep them there.
Well, that answers that question.
Hard part's over.
The lid to the crate cracks open, and the emissary kind of pokes his head out. Dark. And just kind of...
Huh? No. So
watches what's going on around it.
You can kind of hear again the voice in your head. Yes, it's very dark, darling, but just stay inside. And kind of lift the thing and kind of stand resolute.
Flying through space over the sky.
As lights appear and warships appear on patrol, and they send teams aboard to scan the ship for any stowaways and stuff. They hear as someone scans, like they can hear from above deck someone going. So like one thing, a beep's going off, and like, oh yes, I can see the and whack, and they hear someone get thrown overboard, and it's like, oh yeesh. They notice like there's these crystals with demons and trapped inside, constantly being broken down for power. So like what they did with Domox with, so it's clearly calm practice. There, we find out something about Asha.
I've always wanted a dog.
I walk over and I turn into a not ridiculously large wolf, but certainly a very reasonable wolf, and just curl up behind. I turn back. I drop my my human wild shape back into my true form.
So you see. Yeah, Asha leaves her wild shape to become a wolf.
Queen. To be fair, that has not, it's not like that's not been done in D&D before.
For the rest of you,
is then that they're met with one of the patrol inspecting, and they talk to him, like they ask Silaha if he's conducting the scan of this area, and they do a quick scan stuff, but on the crate with the internet, something goes off stuff, and one of the inspectors activates this symbol or something on his thing, activates a zone of truth.
absolutely.
Everyone will have +5.
What?
To that.
Paladin aura?
And let me just double. Why won't this go? Well, everyone will have +5.
To our saving throws of charisma.
Mm-hmm.
To if you were within 10 feet of me, or I think you.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes. Both of
Any
us
saving
have.
throw.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's.
So between the two of us, everybody
I got a 20.
Nat 20, sick.
Is this a spell that it's not a spell that's targeting us?
No.
Zone of truth is just all around. How is it encasing all of us? At
Magical zone that guards against deception, 15-foot radius sphere. So this is like a 30-foot diameter.
But it is okay, so I will have advantage on this.
Mm-hmm.
30.
30, incredible. Did anybody here get under a 19? You got under a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good because you're apples. So well, you're a bunch of apples, so you shouldn't be lying anyway.
Oh, did you get under?
But knows that something.
Oh, I guess I did.
What did you get?
A 1.
No.
And that one, hell yeah. Incredible. So you see that cast the Zone of Truth. All of you resist. However, the spell,
except for Imihara and Dexter Crescenter, and to try to avoid it, she cast a suggestion spell.
Corporal, wait. As they both walk out of the room together, he says, "We'll be back in a moment to inspect the crate." And they leave this place.
Great.
Apples.
Get back in.
I'm like, okay. Think.
Are you above them?
So. Not the images.
Is there anywhere to hide?
In order to avoid being redetected and stuff, Scylla cast an illusion to of one of the gnomes who was kicked off the ramp, like maybe not the elder one, but one of them, and how to run throughout the ship so that they are distracted from.
25.
On a 25, a wild goose chase erupts on the Venatoria. And you see that there's this incredibly, powerful looking Aeorian evoker. His robes, deep velvet and leather, tall bracers, high collar, going up to these masked mage knights, going, "How can it be that a tiny little groundling gnome has vanished from all of our sight?" You see that one of them turns and says, "I think Brannon's equipment might be malfunctioning. There was an issue with a crate of apples." And you see the evoker just broadhand slaps him across this mask, ringing the side as this intense metallic tuning fork noise ripples out over the deck. "Find the gnome!" You see that a couple of them rush off towards these fighter craft, and you see that one of them actually peels off to go scouting the skies, as you see coming into the horizon, Aeor. Vast and mighty, wards of the city on the arms of massive stone slabs that circle a central point, light, magical, and arcane, so powerful as if to eclipse the brightness of day itself. Colossi, automatons, 20, 30, 40 feet tall, walk ramparts ready for war against the endless and undying itself. Aeor, last of the Age of Arcanum, last of the Sky Cities, the last and greatest hope for mortal Exandria. And that's where we'll take our break.
This is a cryptix.
Wait,
We return now to Exandria in the midst of...
They notice, as they approach, they notice a lot of dressed people and stuff, including a lot of people who pay their decorum and stuff, know the tie-ups, and also known they have also see a lot of these higher ups having crystals with demons inside, so they do exploit demons. The streets are they are very busy, but all of the business, most of the business seems to come from military presence, not just ordinary citizens. They notice some results, and near that a cart with a lot of juvenile delinquents and stuff, and these kids are roughed up, badly beaten and stuff. They're indicating there is harsh punishment for any law breaking, overly harsh. Scylla decides to lead them to what is known as something called the Chamber of Seasons.
Have some kind of designation. You see a Aeorian enforcer rub his head, take a small flask of something. Small imp appears next to him. "Sire, I think we might have missed our stop." See, he snaps his fingers, the thing screams and disappears into a little glass emblem. He drunkenly stares ahead. The man has a spirit encased in a thing of glass and is a little bit more invested in having a drink on his way to some station other than the one in which he lives. Tram moves forward.
How drunk is he?
Oh, he's sauced. He's half gone already.
As he nods off, I'm going to cast Mage Hand and try to lift the necklace off of.
The necklace comes off with the imp inside. See, he's also got a small emblem, a metal pinned to his chest that denotes his station.
What is it? Do I recognize it?
He's part of the City Watch. Torian Guard, just here protecting the train, supposed to be alert and on the job. Stop anyone from coming without proper passage.
Let him mind his own business. We're not far.
I turn invisible.
You turn invisible.
I walk over and look at his face.
You look up. Give me a perception check.
That's better. These dice are good. 24.
He stares ahead, not knowing what is right in front of him, as it cannot be seen. This man will be dead before sunrise.
I breathe in.
Yes? Punch it. Okay. Hopefully that should be the last interruption for a while. Hopefully. Now where will
I breathe in.
Anyway, as they go, they hit their stop and reach the Opus Ward. It is one of the older wards, like lower city stuff. Like while there's presence around city stuff, they don't really focus on it. This is sort of like the slums of Aeor. One of the oldest parts probably was part of the original structure that was lifted off the ground. They enter this larger building. They meet, and there they meet what appears to be an Aeorian archmage. This thing, which is revealed to be the Chamber of Seasons, is an old ruined temple, definitely predating Aeor's ascent into the sky. It is deserted, right? Like the imagery of of deities and stuff defaced, like the statues cracked and stuff, like it's faded and broken. Okay. This archmage appeared in a review, and as Arcadia, Sir, and that Sir Venek. Just call her Arcadia. And he said that she sent the vision that helped gather them.
Me to ever admit to this. Aiden, a big hug, turns and says, well, it's very unbecoming for me to ever admit to this. I didn't know this would work. Not sister.
Not sister.
It's quite touching. It wasn't part of the plan.
I want to see.
I kind of help open the crate.
You open the crate, the emissary, you emerge. Oh my. Why has she not come?
I knew she didn't have it in her. I just want to say, I could see it.
You also broke the rules.
Well, I mean...
I was supposed to scout ahead. One of us was dangerous enough.
Look at the place. It's full of magic. I'm full of magic. Just makes sense.
You're full of something.
Broke the rules.
Oh boy.
You broke the rules.
There we go.
Didn't she make a deal and then abandoned us in our moment of need?
They took a quick spells cast on the Missouri to make him look like a summoned elemental. Some extra. Because clearly summoned creatures bound into servitude is quite commonplace. They mention. Again, mentions how the intention ministry has reached like the peak of paranoia recently, so they gotta be very careful. There's word that the Sonovum, which if you watch Critical for any amount of time, like since campaign, that should be immediately perk your ears up. Has said that they foresee a great danger coming to the city.
In a form shapeable, and as such was actually created within Aeor. Very clever way of bypassing many of the defenses herein. However...
Who are you? What's that supposed to mean?
How else would you have been satisfied with your vanity?
I'm simply doing the Lord's favors. The Lord's.
You see, Arcadia looks and says,
They mentioned some others, and mentioned that 4 of them are here. Though, and saying apparently originally there was supposed to be more, but only 4 additional have showed up. And Arcadia what they have done here. Some of the stuff being done here has is like has reaches the edge of her imagination. And mentions how, like here, then going back to the other 4, she mentions one among them that Trish should not interact with. They said, "Do not," she mentioned, "do not reveal who is who."
She turns, pushes a door, and walks into the shadows.
I just love family drama when I follow her.
Slink into the shadows.
I've been a little bit off looking at the carvings on the wall, trying to find everybody.
She tries finds 2. Two mirrors catch her attention. Asha's attention. One is of chains. The other is a blank. Emira's Rainflare Dearest comes and flies over, starts tapping on the blank mirror. They enter the central chamber and see 4 figures there. An old man and an old man who appears to be a priest of the Dawn Father. Mm-hmm. Some barbarian woman whose race was not revealed. Large barbarian woman. A very sickly turtle with like hooks around piercing his face. And up in the rafters, a halfling woman with a crossbow trained on her. Or a bow crossbow trained on her. These are later revealed to be in order Milo Crust, Trissard, the Zaharst, and Umleta. The old man seems to very much I would describe it as play up the Dawn Father priest role. Mhm. They agree, and the two groups the other group greets are the party somewhat as like family does, though with still high tension in the air. They talk about the river and how a truce has been called for this mission. It talks about how they called the truce years ago when Aeor's anti-divine detection when first came into play. They're worried like if they're capable of keeping the eyes of the gods away from them, what else can they do? Kill a god, perhaps? Um, Arcadia reveals that their worst fear has been confirmed. They have a weapon is under construction and is close to completion. The Factorum Malleus. Saying that the original thing that got them worried about, which keeps the gods away, they're talking about how the priest was made to buy time for this thing's and to complete this weapon. Aeor now has the power to destroy a god. It may, for all they know, it may already be somewhat operational. They may, it could potentially steal their power away from them too. Hmm? Is here where the other four introduce themselves. Uh, they talk about how they're going to start a quick scout. You may need to start to save herself, including for a certain protocol, which should Aeor be attacked near the shore, would send the instructions for creating the Malleus Factorum in the form of these spherical orbs all across Exandria so someone else could finish it should Aeor fall. And Arcade says they may have up to around a week to do this. Miles thinks they may have but one night to complete their objective. He says that one of their servants, in this, which by the was a celestial, an angel, is in Aeor. Oh, by the way, at this point, it has been very clear that these are what we call mortal gods, like stuff. Later described as rejoining their eternal parts and stuff, which means these are like how D&D books would put aspects of the god to be concerned, or they're or mortal avatars. So hits we've learned Aiden potentially is the avatar of the Dawn Father Pelor. Triss. Avatar of the Everlight. The Samurai. Sorry about. Emira, mortal avatar of the god of the matron of ravens. Asha, the an elven and wolf incarnation of the Melora, the Wild Mother. Silaha, construct containing the immortal essence of Corleon on the Archheart, the elven god, and the emissary, proxy to the mortal avatar of Rathis, god of the lawbearer. With Arcadia being the mortal incarnation of Idum, the knowing mistress. And from what we gather, Milo, mortal incarnation of Asmodeus, Lord of the Hells. Or at least that's what we can gather. With the barbarian woman we saw, from what I can gather, likely being in the mortal incarnation of Grumsh, One Eye. The sickly towards the heart. So I'm not quite sure on that one. It sounds to me like he's either maybe because of the hooks being representations, maybe he's the Tharadoom, the Chamberlain, or he's like maybe like the god of torture. I forgot what was his name. Throng or something like that. And the last one, Leta. I'm not quite sure. They mentioned was skipping, so maybe she's Loth, the Spider Queen. They're being deliberately vague but showing hints. They're using very vague hints for. We're guessing Milo is as motivated as guard because of a shot he sent to Trish about her still having followers, which during the clan as much as tricked her into thinking he wanted to repent, then killed off most of her followers. So. Anyway, they have revealed that one of the angels is there in Aeor is currently in the Genesis Ward. They do not know why. The Genesis Ward is one of the few areas that Silaha cannot enter. They talk about how for Richard work they have three like primary objectives and stuff. Though before they get into it, there seems to be a point of contention. Do the betrayer gods are kind of insist that they have to these incarnations of the betrayers say that we know there's one way to stop it, destroy the city basically, and Trish and Aiden are kind of well, like you could still say it as enough. Though Asha and Emir are actually for this because they're saying they've already gone too far, and they're too much of a danger now. Silaha and the emissary are kind of more neutral, and I have no idea what Arcadia's views are. The total says that everyone here is miserable, and the only way to help is for release.
So that's 17.
Probably not enough.
Yeah.
This is trying. What's his name? Ada trying to do a insight check on Arcadia.
I have luck.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's him.
Oh.
17.
Sorry, it's him.
Oh yeah.
It is the God's will.
Father Milo, I think.
And Arcadia does. It says tells the we'll just call them the prime things there. There are deities there that it's time to decide whether or not they could trust the betrayers in this instance, because they need all hands on deck right now that they can get on deck. let's see. They're now going to the three things they have to do. The Everox protocols, which was the way to spread the knowledge of creating the Factorum Malleus. Mm. Also, one thing they have to target is the Tenderbrater engines, which is the fuel the basically anti-divine cloaking device. And then also deal with the precepts, which will be one of the last things they have to deal with, because it has actually been integrated into the Factorum Malleus. And Amira, once again, no, sorry, Asha, once again iterates that they need to destroy the city before they destroy everything. Aiden tries to set it up saying they're doing this out of fear that we'll one day come and do this, so we're just... Alright, and Emira says, fear you? No, they're doing this because they resent you. The knowledge is loose in the mortal plane now on how to do this. The only reason it's not widely known throughout Exandria is because the city, each of these of the flying majocracies, coveted the knowledge they obtained, and were greedy with it, like keeping it to themselves. And now, and what they ask, do you really think you can afford to play fair now? Arcana goes talk to them and tells them how, as they consult each other, Hellcat says that the betrayers seem to. She has a feeling the betrayers know something they don't, and they kind of maybe need that knowledge. If they destroy the, I won't say the name, but the cloaking device, guys, it means deities that aren't present will be able to start giving aid to them in the. They're like, they will say that it will be impossible to leave the city once the Princeps has left, because what to do, here, the Stormlord will be chucking his strongest winds and greatest storm at the air to bring it down. So, it also means that their current mortal forms will probably not survive this.
You see that Tashar shrugs and says, carefully. All right. Carefully.
It's not wrong.
Yeah. You see Zahar coughs up some blood and hooks. Moves off.
That one's rough. How are you?
Yes. You see that Umleta goes, he came back as a big turtle.
Yeah.
Not a good disguise. No, really bad. You see she does a little backflip and skitters up one of the columns.
I'm going to walk over to the turtle just for a second and get down. I'm going to turn into the wolf. I miss you in there. Some days.
Chris then attempts to hear the heart. Because with callback, it doesn't want it. Occur doesn't wish to do. Okay, then also notes that it brings up a good point for them. It is possible to die here, and not just a strong, even if they don't lose their eternal form. From this, their mortal forms can die, and once they do, they'll return to the mortal form, but they will be unable to aid those still left in or unable to act in there. To try to stay alive long enough to get aid, but then she emphasizes it right now about all to keep the emissary safe. The church trying to figure out who will go where and with who.
I want to know if she's holding something back.
Yeah. Give me insight.
Okay. That is 32.
Oh. You look at Arcadia.
And one of the clearest things that sticks out to her is that Arcadia is deliberately seems to be deliberate and not telling them what's so special about the emissary for this mission. She tried to do a mind scan, detect thoughts, but Arcadia makes a save and is offended with trying to peek. Kind of creates a little more tension. Though action kind of breaks into it. Right now there are no sides. There's only what must be done. They notice that how they mention how the portals are located in many different spots around Aeor. Like they have to figure out how to take them all out quickly and quietly. Yeah, they'll need to discuss a good disguise or passcode to enter the Genesis ward.
Also try running down the information about who's been informing on us.
What do they say? 2 birds, 1 stone.
2 bats with 1 stone. That's right.
1 stone.
The information about
Yeah.
who's been informing on us.
What do they say? 2 birds, 1 stone.
2 bats with 1 stone. That's right.
The old Exandrian
I was nodding, just like,
Kill 2 bats.
it had a good vibe.
It's more impressive to kill bats because they fly at night. You see that
They start trying to figure out who goes where. Emira while Emira uses the mask of manufacturer to disguise himself as a guard they met on the train. But Trish says she'd make the one that stay. Should be the one to stay with the emissary. Oh.
you see that it looks like right now Arcadia is suggesting that Asha and the emissary will go with Tishar and Zaharsht to the obtenebrator engine.
Okay, cool.
You and Amira will head with Umleta to go look after the protocol and also keep an eye out for whatever this servant is. And that would leave, and that way there's 2 of you on each group. That would leave Trist and Aiden with Arcadia, and Father Milo would be the only of the 4 that would be with you.
So both of the main healers are in the same group?
That's what I was trying to say.
Maybe that's not what we should do.
So Harsh looks over. I can heal. What's up?
Should we split up the healers?
I mean, I can heal.
Oh, you can?
I'm not really worried. I feel pretty confident in.
I will. I think for this it feels. I think we'll be okay. I will. I can do some stuff to protect the emissary, not even needing to be there. But I will. I will look at the group.
And this is where Aiden and tells them that that the gods must stay together for this particular one. On giving a little speech about unity. At the end, the light sort of emitting off him glows bright, blinding even, and stuff. The murals on the wall are fully restored to what they once were, with the exception of the blank one, which now depicts the Raven Queen. He then casts Death Ward on the emissary to protect. And Umleta, before he leaves, says, "It's nice having a truce again. May the truce continue on afterward. If, after all, this place could make you see the truth about mortals." As they all go off after this, they all go off to during the last night, as a last night in their mortal forms. With that, the Downfall Part 1 comes to an end. With that, all is left is my surprisingly more lighthearted subclass for the evening. Homebrew subclass of the evening. The College of Shanties Bard. Bards should not just cater to the upper classes, but also to the common worker, the field hand, the sailor. While a song to ease the tensions of after a hard day work is appreciated, a shanty to aid in labor is truly endearing. You get the subclasses spells like at first level with first level magic ceremony, which by the way is there just because of the marriage thing. You know, because of course a lot of people when they shanties will think of the ocean and the captain's privilege and fog cloud. Also, kind of well, this is meant to be like any terrain, not just water. There is still water retaining there's air bubble and healing spirits, which is good all around. As second level spells at third level. At your fifth bard level, you get water walk and call lightning as your third level. Fourth level spells at level 7 it are control water and freedom of movement. And finally, at 9th level, you get the fifth level spells called skill empowerment and control winds. Then you get your first feature, working song at level 3. You use your actions to start singing a shanty. Select a number of creatures who can hear the song equal to your bard level plus your charisma modifier. Spend 1 inspiration die and roll it. All affected creatures add the result of that roll to all athletics checks and strength, dexterity, or constitution saves while you persist in singing shanties. It doesn't have to be one long shanty. You can switch off just as long as you have one. You can immediately pick up another one as soon as you stop singing the first to maintain the effect. This is not meant to be well, there are some good a couple of combat-oriented spells for this. This is mainly most of these features are not geared toward actual combat. There's speedy work at level 6. The movement speed of any creature under the effects of your working song increased by 10 feet times your PV. Any mounts of these creatures ride also increase their speed. So long as the riders continue making handle handling checks, the DM decides the DC. Or well, not quite the DC, but actually, well, not the DC. I forgot. The mounts increase movement as a result of the handling hand check divided by 2, rounded down, then multiplied by 5 feet. But it can never exceed the extra movement granted to the rider vehicle. Meaning, like what the extra movement that the rider would get on foot on their own feet from this is the maximum speed they're allowed to get. This also applies to this same also applies to vehicles that's being ridden by affected creatures. There's so long as all said creatures on that vehicle are making some sort of checks to to operate the vehicle, like say a ship, and you take the like whatever checks are being made at the time for this, and uh, and find the average of all the checks, and use that to then insert that instead of animal handling for calculating the extra movement speed. Keep in mind that if you separate vehicles, they need to be close to each other. Otherwise, if one gets too far away, they'll no longer be able to hear the shanties and lose the effect. Finally, ease labor at level 14. All checks and saved enhanced by working song are made at advantage. That I thank you for joining. This is free. This is Freenair Regenectra. I wish you good fortune. I wish thee good fortune in the quest of life.